recording. All right, so just close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Drop in. Let your belly relax, let your pelvis relax, let the energy course through your body.
Okay.
And so just take a few deep breaths. Let the energy course through your body as your body relaxes. And then bring your attention to your breath. Okay, so there was a documentary that came out recently called Thrive 2 by Foster Gamble and his wife, Kimberly Carter Gamble. And one of the things they talked about was how much we've put focus on studying the stuff as a way to learn about the stuff. So in our science, just keep your eyes closed and relax. We want to understand the material world, so we focus on the material world. But he said this really won't get us anywhere. That in order to really understand the stuff, we must begin to study the void, the space from which all things come. That when we have a true understanding of the void, all of the stuff will make sense. We will truly know everything. And so if we are approaching life to try to get somewhere, make something happen, we have an idea of the experience we'd like, and we want to attain that. We will just be busy being busy, because we can never understand or attain this thing from that vantage point of, I am not already this. But when we connect with the void, all things are possible. So in this moment, connect with your breath and allow everything to be as it is. Breathing in, bring your awareness to the breath. And breathing out, let your awareness be on the breath. And in this way, there's nowhere to get or nothing to do. And we can even let go of the intention. The intention has been fully registered, and we can let it go. We can simply be in this space of observing the breath. And then I want you to feel and witness everything that goes along with that. What the mind thinks of that. Any discomfort of just sitting. And anything you notice about this moment, this now, that you're presencing. There is nowhere to get. There is only the possibility of being here more fully. being more fully here. So breathing this way. And then I want you to begin to witness this space where there's that desire to be more fully alive in all the ways that are meaningful to you. Health, vitality, joy, energy, passion, expansion, connecting with others, feeling a sense of joy and excitement. This desire to be more fully alive. Good. Then you can put your hand right on your heart and you'll repeat after me, okay? I'm ready to acknowledge.
I'm ready to acknowledge.
There is nowhere to get.
There is nowhere to get.
My mind's idea of this better thing.
My mind's idea of this better thing.
Feeling differently.
Feeling differently.
Feeling more alive.
Feeling more alive.
And the ideas I have about that.
And the ideas I have about that.
I'm willing to let all of this go.
I'm willing to let all of this go.
And choose instead to be where I am.
And choose instead to be where I am.
Right here, right now.
Right here, right now.
More fully.
More fully.
The only thing lacking is more of me showing up.
The only thing lacking is more of me showing up.
I am that which I've been seeking.
I am that which I've been seeking.
I have not known myself to be this.
I have not known myself to be this.
I have known the idea that I'm not enough.
I have known the idea that I am not enough.
That it's not enough.
That it's not enough.
That where I am is not enough.
That where I am is not enough.
And so there's somewhere else to be.
And so there's somewhere else to be.
But what if I would just be willing to meet this moment?
But what if I would be willing to meet this moment
Exactly as it is?
exactly as it is?
Take a breath. And receive it completely. What if I'd be willing to receive it completely?
What if I'd be willing to receive it completely?
Then there would be something else here.
Then there would be something else here.
My willingness to receive.
My willingness to receive.
Which could actually change everything.
Which could actually change everything.
So I embrace this awareness I've had.
So I embrace this awareness I've had.
That it's felt stagnant.
That it's felt stagnant.
And instead of looking for what's wrong,
and instead of looking for what's wrong,
or how I could make things different,
or how I can make things different,
I will meet what's here more fully.
I will meet what's here more fully,
more willingly,
more willingly,
with more presence.
with more presence.
Go ahead and take a deep breath. When I sit, what comes up is the anxiety.
When I sit, what comes up is the anxiety.
And I can breathe through it
And I can breathe through it
and watch it do what it does.
and watch it do what it does.
In my willing presence, it dissipates.
In my willing presence, it dissipates.
What if I'd be willing to sit with this,
What if I'd be willing to sit with
this sense of stagnation
this sense of stagnation
that feels so unwanted?
that feels so unwanted?
And do the same thing.
And do the same thing.
Breathe in.
Breathe in
And breathe out.
and breathe out.
I am that which I'm seeking.
I am that which I'm seeking.
It's true whether I believe it or not.
It's true whether I believe it or not.
But when I choose to connect with the breath,
But when I choose to connect with the breath,
bring my attention to the space,
bring my attention to the space,
something new gets created.
something new gets created.
I can bring myself into the space of no thing,
I can bring myself into the space of no thing,
simply being,
simply being,
and see what that creates.
and see what that creates.
The only thing lacking
The only thing lacking
is more of me showing up.
is more of me showing up.
Okay, take a few deep breaths. And then I want you to feel into what the awareness has been with sitting, presencing your body. There's certain areas you don't feel anything. Okay, feel that for a moment. I don't feel anything in that area. I don't feel anything in that area. Just feel that. Okay, I can witness even this.
I can witness even this
And at the same time, stay in the stillness.
and at the same time stay in stillness,
Noticing,
noticing,
allowing this to be as it is.
allowing this to be as it is.
Noticing my mind makes it wrong.
Noticing my mind makes it wrong
And resists
and resists
because it's so uncomfortable.
because it's so uncomfortable.
But what if I get curious instead?
But what if I get curious instead
And just be present?
and just be present?
Okay, breathe fully. Good. And I want you to feel into the mind space where that pattern happens. I feel what I feel in my body. There's the stagnation. There's speeding up in certain areas. There's heaviness in other areas. There's, I don't feel anything in some areas. And then I want you to feel into the space where the mind wants to do something about that. It's a problem to be fixed. Maybe it's over here. Maybe it's in that book. Maybe if I listen to that person. Okay, good. Feel that. And then you can just state out loud all the ways I try to fill this void.
All the ways I try to fill this void.
I forgive myself and I set myself free.
To forgive myself and I set myself free.
From this old way of doing it.
From this old way of doing it.
I'm ready to meet something deeper.
I'm definitely ready to meet something deeper.
And that is something that comes through me.
And that is something that comes through me.
It won't come through the world outside of me.
It won't come from the world outside of me.
This is the beautiful peace that can only come through me.
This is the beautiful peace that can only come from me.
My willing presence.
My willing presence.
My pure awareness.
My pure awareness.
To this.
To this.
This thing I've noticed.
This thing I've noticed.
This discomfort.
This discomfort.
This resistance and running.
This resistance and running.
This lie.
This lie.
And everything that goes along with it.
And everything that goes along with it.
That I'm not enough.
That I'm not enough.
That it's not okay.
That it's not okay.
All these things that would have me on a wild goose chase.
All these things that would have me on a wild goose chase.
But I've learned I am more than that.
But I have learned that I am more than that.
So I am willing to sit in the stillness just a bit more.
So I am willing to sit in the stillness a bit more.
And witness the miraculous happen.
And witness the miraculous happen.
I am the miracle I've been seeking.
I am the miracle I've been seeking.
I don't need to be in pain anymore.
I don't need to be in pain anymore.
I resolve and dissolve this lie I've lived by.
I resolve and dissolve this lie I live by.
That I need to be more and do more.
That I need to be more and do more.
Which will show up in my reality.
Which will show up in my reality.
As the reflection of this belief.
As the reflection of this belief.
So that I can experience it.
So that I can experience it.
And make a new choice.
And make a new choice.
I welcome these experiences I've been trying to push away.
I welcome these experiences I've been trying to push away.
Which are only assisting my awakening.
Which are only assisting my awakening.
I welcome this journey of awakening.
I welcome this journey of awakening.
And all these things I thought were unwanted.
And all these things I thought were unwanted.
Thank you, body, for awakening me
Thank you, body, for awakening me
to the miracles that can only come through me.
to the miracles that can only come through me.
Just take a few deep breaths and just sit in that space, breathing with your eyes closed, relaxed. These belief systems are energies. The energy of, I'm not okay, I'm not safe, I'm not good enough, I have to do more. They will live through us. We give them life because we are manifestation machines. And then they will manifest as pain, dysfunction, discomfort, disease. And we can either meet them at the consciousness where they exist and fix, solve, work. But when we become present to what's actually happening here, we begin to witness a deeper truth. What's happening is I feel stagnation. What's happening is there's spaces in my body I can't feel. What's happening is there's a heaviness here. So we breathe in, we breathe out. Still nothing to fix. We stay present. We look, we get curious. We wonder what else is possible. And this is when we see that those energies we're noticing that are getting our attention are only here as a reflection of where we believed I'm not safe, I'm not okay, I'm not whole, I need to complete, I need to do more, I'm not enough. And when we get to this depth of experiencing these energies, witnessing what's actually happening, we can make a new choice. And if I choose to stay present to those sensations, those energies, in stillness, there's a dissolution of those energies. So whether you breathe into where you feel stagnation or heaviness, or you breathe into the idea, I can't feel my body, and everything that goes with that. Either way, you're bringing light to a space where there's been darkness. It's okay to meet that space deeply. The lie is a density, it's a consciousness. The whole universe of, I can't, I'm not good enough, I have to do more, there's no way out, it's impossible, I'm stuck. Everything that is that can be felt and experienced. And the only reason it's in my experience is so that I can consciously make a new choice. Is that my truth? Stay present, breathe in, breathe out, witness. Because as you bring breath willingly to these spaces, they are no longer being fed. So just staying present at this depth, is what it's all that's required to allow something higher to come through. So in this moment, feel your power and actually recognize your power. I am the light. Breath is what brings that. How do you feel?
Okay. I feel super light everywhere but my thighs.
What do you feel in your thighs?
A lot of, and my fingertips went totally numb. My thighs just, they felt like a lot of energy. And even when I tried to soften, they just didn't. But everything else felt super, uh, super light. I never thought I wasn't enough. So it's interesting. I guess I must have, but I never tuned into that.
Well, the energy of that, that's speeding up. So I've got a, let me see where it came out. The anxiety, which will come from that, or it can be like, I'm powerless. It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
It's not okay. I'm not enough. I can't overcome this.
Yeah. Worrying about other people's perceptions and stuff. I guess that's all
Same thing. I'm not
from
enough.
that. Yeah.
Yep. I need to get this acceptance from them or validation from them. So I want you to.
When I sit in presence myself, I am very focused on my breathing and I'm not thinking about anything. I guess I assumed that I was supposed to be feeling or doing more.
Right. That's the not enough.
Yeah.
Playing out.
Okay.
So then you have the experience of blank, energy in my legs, lack of feeling in my solar plexus. And then this thing gets superimposed on it. Oh, it must be because I'm not doing it right, or I'm not potent enough, or I'm not okay.
Okay.
It will superimpose itself on that experience versus pure awareness. This is the experience I'm having. Because as you stay present to it is what lets the energy move. But more of you can show up when you embrace all of it as it is. That's the only thing that can be lacking.
Okay.
And I want to feel into this other piece you mentioned about fear of dying.
Uh-huh.
Where's that now for you?
I've always had it, always. It's actually better now than it was. And I think part of that is because I've surrendered.
But that sounds like it came up
I'm
pretty intensely still.
And I'm not, it came up intensely for you?
No, when you were sharing earlier, it sounded like you said it came up pretty intensely.
Well, when I listened to the call, I know I've always been afraid of that. I think I'm not getting a lot of new symptoms. So I think and I think it's been like over 2 years. So I think in my mind, I'm like, it's okay. Any new symptom is part of this package. It's not, I'm always worried that they've missed something and that there's, something wrong with me. My mom died at 64. It's 10 years from where I'm at.
Yep.
There's a lot of short lifelines in my family.
Yep. Okay.
So, but from the age of 5, I've been afraid of dying. And I don't know that I'm not, I think because my mom's on the other side, I'm not afraid of the process. It's the loss of not being here to provide and be with my family.
Yes. Okay. I got it. Yep.
But that part is definitely better. And when it does pop up, I do breathe through it.
Well, part of it is this pattern where you're their source.
Yes.
You're their source. And so, if you go, they all lose. And that's a big, big thing for you. Let's resolve some of that. And let's actually get that to move. That's a big piece. The other piece, which is not as significant in the mix, but that when you die, you end and the fun is over. But actually what's true is when we release the physical form, we're actually more connected with our loved ones, with our beings, with ourself.
Right.
Okay. All right, let's move some of this. Anything else with that?
No. I just think that is what got me in trouble when this whole thing started, because I was so focused on the symptoms and so focused on, because a lot of what I've been diagnosed with is not like a blood test can tell you you've got it, right? It's a lot of waste paper basket diagnoses, right?
Yeah.
EBV, most doctors don't believe in it. So I'm always worried that there was something that was missed. I can't remember where I was going with it, but I am certainly more at ease with that. I think, but maybe not.
Okay. Yeah, let's move this, because that's also going to show up as a reflection of this too, the fear. It's the fear, it's a pure energy. Fear shows up and then the mind goes to, maybe it's this, maybe it's this, maybe it's this, maybe something was missed.
Right, which makes me sicker, right?
Yeah.
Which is what was at the beginning of this journey. And now I think my healing is because I'm not as focused on it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yep. And then let's meet that depth and resolve. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so take a few breaths. And I want you to feel into that fear, the fear of dying. Everything that came up when you listened to that call, and the woman's, the energy of that and the fear and the speeding up. Okay. Put your hand right on your heart and you can repeat after me. All this fear of dying.
All this fear of dying.
When I die, I'm over.
When I die, I'm over.
It's not okay.
It's not okay.
I can't surrender.
I can't surrender.
It's not okay.
It's not okay.
I won't be there for my family.
I won't be there for my family.
This idea that they need me.
This idea that they need me.
That I'm their source.
That I'm their source.
That they're not okay without me.
That they're not okay without me.
Take a deep breath and feel everything that brings up. And this feels so heavy in my body to have this fear.
Very heavy in my body to have this fear.
What would it take for me to let this go?
What would it take for me to let this go?
And truly let myself be free.
And truly let myself be free.
Would I be willing to give myself that gift?
Would I be willing to give myself that gift?
That all really is well, unconditionally.
That all really is well, unconditionally.
Okay, and just breathe. That they are sourced by source.
That they are sourced by source.
And source has got it all figured out.
And source has got it all figured out.
It will come through me for them.
It will come through me for them.
Or through other sources for them.
Or through other sources for them.
Just as I am always sourced.
Just as I am always sourced.
What would it take for me to let myself be sourced?
What would it take for me to let myself be sourced?
Even more fully.
Even more fully.
And unconditionally.
And unconditionally.
That I get to live in joy, freedom, abundance.
That I get to live in joy, freedom, abundance.
Unconditionally until I die.
Unconditionally until I die.
when I transition into something even more expansive.
When I transition into something even more expansive.
That will benefit all involved, including my family.
That will benefit all involved, including my family.
I'm willing to surrender to this
I am willing to surrender to this
for the highest of all involved,
for the highest of all involved,
and especially me,
and especially me,
so that freedom and love can come through my life.
so that freedom and love can come through my life.
This is the truth I know.
This is the truth I know.
I know because it feels light in my body.
I know because it does feel light in my body.
And I'm learning to trust my body's wisdom.
And I'm learning to trust my body's wisdom.
Okay, take a few deep breaths. Okay, open your eyes. Welcome to your new life. Good. It's good. It's good to see these densities so we
Yeah.
can just bring presence.
Awesome.
Awesome. Well done today.
Thank you.